Take it away.
Thanks so much, Scott. Yeah, we definitely are the bad boys from Bucharest. But finally, we're ready to roll. Obviously, that got an applause because we did have a bit of a delay. That said, I mean, this match, this is not what you'd expect. Natus Vincere already down in the lower bracket after making the final of the major, playing against Titan. It's just two big names playing an elimination match early on in the tournament. That's pretty shocking, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Seeing Navi getting knocked down to the lower bracket this early on in the tournament, no one saw it coming, but here we go. The big matchups coming in. It's going to be Titan versus Natus Vincere. CT is going to be the Frenchman, so looks like Navi going towards Ivy with emphatic pace here. Flamey gets the first frag as well.
And they've got that smoke off as well, so Shox is forced back. This gives a complete perimeter to Navi and the entry to the site. Good thing RPK and Scream are ready for it because they'll slow this down, but Bomb's still getting closer. Another great shot from RPK. Edward has to fight back. They at least force back the two players in A. But watch for the flank. The latter player just coming into position now from Titan. It's Smith that was arriving, but Shox gets the 2 kills. And it will be 1-0 for Titan.
Exactly the start they needed. We've had a troublesome few months, this team, and now they get a good start here against Navi on the CT side. This is what they needed. This is a team famous for force buy and getting themselves into all sorts of trouble here. So I'd like to see this. Titan now off to a good start. The problem for them is Navi coming out of the Desert Eagles and Armor as well. Obviously one of the strongest Deagle teams on the planet right now, especially Guardian. So not out of the woods just yet as we go into round number 2. They're going to have 3 SMGs to play with. Questionable considering what they know is probably coming towards them. So what's Navi got planned here? They haven't got any utility to play with. Just going to be holding back towards main.
Shox does find at least the first player and sees. That's a push out through long and Ivy. Edward knows that and goes back to see if he's going to push any further. He's chosen not to, but back to that pistol round as well. Navi, they executed well. Again, they took up so much map control. They had quad, they had Ivy, they had the front of the site, and then all of a sudden it was the shots that reigned supreme from Titan. It may be the same here for the Deagles. It's going to have to be. They've spotted Shox, who's still trying to idle around at that long position, and eventually he realizes he's probably overextended his welcome, and he'll fall back down in toward the A site.
I actually like that from Shox. He's going for that first push. He knows Navi being a heavy execute team doesn't want to allow them to have full numbers going into bomb sites. So he finds that first frag, takes a little bit of damage, but gets his team into a good position here. 5-on-4. Navi's still yet to do anything with it. A Scream taking out Guardian, that's definitely going to help bring it to the 5-on-3 and hopefully securing the round as well.
Flamey's going to try and get quiet and back into that position. Does take down Existence. It wasn't exactly pretty, but it was effective, and that allows Edward now to try and take down Scream. Scream's going to force the issue, though, and Edward, he's left on 3 HP. And the bomb down inside the site. Matter of time. There it is. Shox will close it out. They were hunting all the while, and now it's going to be 2 kills, or excuse me, 2 rounds for Titan, and that force buy leaving the terrorists with nothing to work with in this round.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really nice round from Titan, as I said before. Shox finding that first frag really did secure the thing and set the tone for the round as well. So they get a free one this time. Navi can't really justify anything more than a couple of P250s here. Looks like Flamey's got a smoke grenade as well. I would assume that means they'll go towards inside, perhaps try and get a smoke down towards the lower ramp, get the bomb down in that way. That's normally the most effective thing you can do. Getting the bomb down inside is normally the easiest option on these sort of rounds. It looks like they will be heading there as well. RPK will be waiting with the Famis though. Navi famous for their slower pace gameplay. And he does spot some foots as well, so going to fall back, get himself some more passive position here. He's going to have backup as well from Smith towards the upper ramp.
Yeah, and the thing is, Smith had that peak early, so they've already called for the rotation. So as you said, bomb plant is the goal right now to allow for utility.
Nice team
but they just mow them down, and even if they'd managed to get by the first line of defense, they had the second one in play. So a really good read from Titan, but now we do get into the gun round, and we'll see what Navi can come up with. Having forced in the second round and not had a bomb plant yet, it's still going to be very limited.
Yeah, in previous tournaments, I've always pointed out Titan being a little bit too static on their CT sides, not going for information, not hunting the Ts at the start of the rounds. But this time they see like they're not allowing Navi to get in these positions where they can fully execute. RPK going in, spotting feet there, and getting himself decent info and falling back and disallowing the bomb plant to go down. Navi now, after that force buy, don't have the AWP on Guardian, going to have full AKs here. 5 smoke grenades, no Molotovs. Slowing it right down once more, going to be working the picks towards Ivy. It's going to be seized. With Flamey as well, the CTs this time showing a little bit of aggression. Shox is keeping that UMP, he's going to be pushed up towards Ivy.
Yeah,
by himself though, won't be able to get flashed in. He's definitely in a sort of one and done position.
You say that, but they bring Existence back. So he does have a flash, should they want to flash him through, and Flamey and Seized are waiting. There's no smoke on the Ivy either, so Shox just has to wait. There's the flash, it comes in, that call to bring over, it's a trade. Still favors Navi in that situation, but it was the play you exactly mentioned, and now Existence, he's got to take his battle here, and knowing that the smoke's come out on the left, he's gone to the right. Problem is they've double smoked that, which is actually kind of peculiar, because normally as you see it, you smoke one side, wrap the other, or attack into hell to try and take down the man at quad, of which there is none right now. So this allows Guardian to push up very aggressively toward the A site.
Yeah, this is it. He gets out with the bomb as well. He's just setting themselves up to go for the plant here, pushing up all key areas of the map. Sees it towards the end of Ivy now. He's going to have a challenge with Existence any second. I think he just spotted the shoulder. But it's going to be a very passive stance from the French side here as Seas makes his way out towards Ivy as well. Not going to get spotted. This could be dangerous for Titan.
This is similar to the pistol round where they have Titan pushed so far back. That kill at Ivy means a lot because it leaves Existence in position. Now Smith gets a second one, and we see Existence. He can push up. He can take the fight to Guardian. Is he going to win that battle? No. Guardian gets back, but RPK's there for the trade.
Another nice round there from Titan. We saw Shox keeping his UMP to trying to build that bankroll. Just getting one frag was enough against a team like Navi. Heavy on executes, waiting down for what, 30 seconds before they actually go into a bomb site. Him finding that first frag and just rattling them at the start, that's really important. The fact that he did a UMP as well, that means so much to me. See the money rolling in now. Smith still on about 8k. He's going to keep with the MP7. He knows Navi are going to be on a pretty much eco around here. They can probably justify a quasi-buy here. Basically means the loss bonus working in their effect. They're about, what, $2,400 coming in, I think. So they're going to have some Tech 9s, Desert Eagles, body armor, got some smokes as well. Looks like they're heading towards the inside bomb site. Probably will try what they did before, maybe a bit more executed, but they're going to have two players towards inside. It's going to be Smiths once again with that MP7.
It's actually impressive as well, and obviously this time with the pistols you'd expect it, but it's impressive how passive Titan is playing and still picking up these rounds, just winning individual battles that really are in key moments of choke points. Smiths this time, he's going to go on the aggressive. He's up towards the upper platform, and of course he does go down a little bit, but as we say, he's so far forward that this calls for an early rotation. Scream's the one in position, but now taking down RPK and Scream, they'll not only get a bomb plant, they've got good control of the site, and not to mention Seized is pushed forward. He does massive damage onto Existence, who's left on very low, 12 in fact, but flashed in, he will at least get one kill before going down at the hands of Flamey. It's left in a 2-on-1. Bomb, surprisingly, in all of that, considering how much control they had of that situation at the end of the site, didn't get planted, so this still favors Shox.
Yeah, he's in a very good position as well. He's read this perfectly. Flamey making his way out of Pop Dog right now. Shox, you just know he's going to hit shots like this all day long. Comes out, hits the first one. Will he get the double? He doesn't. Flamey takes him down, and Navi get their first run on the board. Nice play from them, going towards the inside bomb site, finding those first two frags, rotating out, and then Molotov onto connector, forcing Shox to face. Gets the first shot like he thought he would, but unable to land the second. And Navi getting themselves in a strong position now, but the change of stance for Titan, they're going for double AWPs this time, so it's going to be Shox and Smiths here. Shox, one of the better riflers in the world right now. It's surprising to see him pick up the sniper so often these days, but and they were trained, setting up two turrets on either side could work out very effectively.
Yeah, they talked about that a little bit on the desk as well. I don't so much disagree with it in this situation. They've got a decent lead. They've lost their first round. They've built up a bank. They can easily afford it. And it is a map, like you say, that they can set it up on either side. But Navi, they've managed to pick up the first kill. With RPK going down, it leaves Smiths in an awkward position with one of those AWPs, has to play passive inside that B site, and this becomes a real option right now with utility to try and get a fast plant on B. Interestingly enough, despite winning one round, we still haven't seen a bomb plant from Navi.
Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to work out what RPK's plan was there. Obviously, you normally try and spot footsteps there, but it seemed like he's very committed to the lower ramp. Facing it completely, does a little bit of damage to Zeus, but gives the heavy advantage towards Navi here. Now they can actually just run the time down, wait for CTs to make mistakes. They need the ones to be finding info. You can see Existence pushed up in Pop Dog right now, seeing if he can surprise one of the terrorist players, but normally a position you'll get pop flashed out of.
Exactly that, the pop flash. So far that hasn't come in. Meanwhile, Edward, he's taken advantage of this smoke on lower sidewalk. He's going to push towards Smiths. There's a slight gap. He hasn't spotted it. Meanwhile, as you're saying, Existence back toward the bottom of that ladder did get caught out. It's Zeus that won that duel. Forces Smiths back even further, and they were going to be saving if they lost this round regardless, so the investment of double off isn't that much of a loss for Titan, but so far it definitely has not paid off. C's going to take down Shox. Smiths is not able to take that face effectively, and now it's down to Scream, 1-on-4. Interestingly enough, though, he's got bombs, so winning that first kill against Guardian, they've got to come from both approaches here, because coming up ladder, it's far too linear, and they do have the flank coming in. 15 seconds, they have to take this fight. Scream's going to win one. He's looking for the second one as well on Flamey, but he comes out on top. And Edward was there, ready for the trade regardless.
And Navi dropping the ball there a little bit, actually having the bomb towards inside by themselves. Scream pushing. They knew after losing that first frag, they had to push in, find frags, make something happen there. It was Existence that got taken down after pushing into Pop Dog. Scream had to commit at that stage, find the bomb, and actually got himself into a winnable situation though with 15 seconds left. Had he have found that third kill, I think he had a real shot at winning that one, but headline is Navi take the second round on the board. Here comes the force buy from Titan. They're going to be not fully investing into this. Three players are. A couple of guys keeping on about 2k. They're going to have Famus's M4s and upgraded pistols here. RPK deciding not to really purchase anything. So you'd assume this round going in favor of Navi. Once again, it's going for these early picks towards outside. They're going to spot Scream on top of the bomb train there.
Shox has been playing this position. Smoke comes out. They know that's going to come closer. Do they? Seized. I'm surprised he didn't spot that. So that actually favors Titan quite considerably here with one of the two rifles. He's going to swap that over to an AK as well, and I'd be interested to see if he tries to juggle that back toward Hell for his teammate to grab it. The problem is Existence is preoccupied. Guardian finding a shot over top of the bomb site. Does find Scream. RPK tries to compensate for this, but Again, it's so passive from Titan. The Na'Vi, they're not taking any chances. Existence is going to win yet another battle, though. And again, these two rifles, suddenly the round's turning because Titan have picked up another kill on Guardian, and it's 4 versus 2. And again, passive from Titan. They're just waiting it out. And look at Smith's timing. He's going to show up. He takes down Zeus. It's all left to Flamey. He'll fight forward onto 1. Shox is there for the trade.
It's kind of sloppy from Navi. We talk about them in this heavy, methodical, tactically executed team there, and actually going into positions where they're by themselves, not with teammates, not using the buddy system, getting the frag for frags. They're aware that the money's bad for Titan there. There's going into situations where they can't possibly have any backup there. Once you establish the team are on an eco, at that point when your first man goes down, Guardian gets a frag back, I'd say let's go back to inside, let's do a full execution, let's make them really work for this. But it's kept running in, there's really tight choke points there, getting taken down by the lower weapons. And that's difficult for Navi to swallow here because they're going to be on the force by this time. Just Guardian purchasing the AWP and the rest of this team on pistols here. So they're going to be relying heavily on the Talisman Guardian, working some heavy picks. We know he can do it, but
we saw him looking for that shot through the wall. We saw him do that at the Major as well against that IP. That hits towards Z Connector. He knows the lineup for it. Either way, this time they're going to evaluate toward inner instead. Bomb still back down toward the stairs at T-spawn. One player easily in position to grab it if they find anything on this site, but a late smoke coming out from RPK, that's going to buy more time. Na'Vi, again, like you said, they're more methodical. This normally wouldn't bother them, but this map, they've definitely been playing it, you say sloppy, but in a very different fashion to what we normally see.
Well, the anti-eco approaches have been questionable, but looks like they'll be heading towards inside, going to be smoking off towards Connector. Guardian waiting for that smoke to disperse, and then we'll be going for the pick. Takes heavy nade damage though.
That's a bit odd that Shox committed that far to it. They had the flash ring to jump off the ladder, but he went even beyond. Takes down by the headshot. It's going to be RPK on the site, playing from where Taz often does, manages at least 2 kills, but him going down does leave a chance for them to at least get a bomb plant out of this. And Guardian, he's found Scream in the process. Another quasi-buy that's going to come out effective. Smith's left to a 1-on-3. And right now he's playing at the back of the B site. There's no more utilities left to distill him, so they won't take the chance. They're going to take the bomb back to the A site. He's a little bit late on arrival, and they're already facing that D connector, so as soon as he gets there, Seized is lined up.
Wow, so that commitment with 1 AWP and 4 pistols working out for them. When you have a player like Guardian who can find those picks, it always works out for them somehow. But I want to see that. I didn't see the kill from Shox there, how he got taken down. Was he pushing behind in the flank and then just completely got wrecked? And then
he actually went to the top of the ladder. He got flashed in, expecting him to be around the corner at upper already, and then pushed beyond through the Molotov into the upper hallway where they were holding the angle.
It's kind of questionable considering they hadn't even committed to a bomb set at that point. You know they're going to be low on money, giving your frag away and actually opening up the round for them, giving an opportunities there. He's going to pit Titan onto a full eco here, just some P250 patches. Guardian, fantastic shot there to open up the map, taking down Smiths. Now all they need to do is sit back and wait. They don't need to commit to anything just yet. Just try and work out if there's any stack towards outside, but that's going to help. Waiting for the mistakes to happen. Shock's getting taken down after facing towards Ivy, bringing it to the 5-on-3 situation. Edward just towards Pop Dog, trying to hit another shot here, but Scream takes him down. Lovely little headshot from him. This round should fall apart now for Titan as they make their way out towards Ivy.
RPK, chance to take down at least one more and Flamey on low HP, but not going to happen. It's interesting as well, we saw Titan, when it went to 4-2, their economy was broken. They managed to pick up the win in the quasi-buy. Yeah. That looked like another chance to reset Na'Vi and extend the lead on a CT side. Na'Vi do the same thing in turn. They pick up the anti-eco, and suddenly the half looks like it's very possible for Na'Vi to get not only in the lead, but comfortably so.
So here we go then. We go into round number 10. Titan have decided to go for the force buy here. No kits, 1 AWP on Smiths, no real grenades either. So definitely a round that's going to put them in a difficult situation if they are to drop this one. Need to find that first frag. You can see once again Shox pushing up in that aggressive stance, waiting for his teammates to flash him in. It worked before the UMP. Will it work this time with the FAMAS? Is yet to be seen yet. Navi slowing things right down here. And they're actually going to leave RPK alone towards inside for now. He has got Smiths with the AWP on the rotate if he needs him. Navi just trying to work the picks here. I haven't seen too many executions from them as of yet. Just waiting on the picks, seeing if they can spot any mistakes. Flamey would have spotted Shox just then and is trying to spam through the smoke, trying to work out where he may lie.
Yeah, and Shox has been playing that spot so many times, so it's good to see a smoke out this time to allow him to escape should he choose to do so. So far, he's just going to sit there and wait. And Na'Vi, again, they'll just take more time to figure this out. They're still spamming on that position. They know Shox has to get away, and without the smoke this time, what's his plan? Scream's come over to give him some additional support, but they know he's there. He's yet to move. Now he's going to take the fight, but look at the crossfire that's set up. That's a bit odd again from Shox. Another peek that's really unjustified, and there's no result, there's no answer, there's no trade from Scream. So all it does is give Na'Vi the early man advantage.
Do you see what they're doing? They're just waiting for Titan to make the first mistake. They're waiting, bringing the time down, and you can see the round is falling apart now for the Frenchman. That's going to be Zeus picking up the frag to RPK. He tried to react with the inside push. He gets taken down. Bomb gets planted. Existence in a decent position to do some damage here, though. But it feels like it's all but over. But Existence doing some serious work with C's, takes him down. That should tie things up. Smiths and Scream, the last two remaining players, AWP in hand as well. You have to think, with the money situation the way it is, they probably just need to save this weapon and try and get back in with the force by next round. That just came down to Navi just waiting once again. They worked out what position Shox was in, and it was just a matter of time before he slipped up, it felt like.
Flamey's waiting out at this alleyway, though. Smiths has the advantage with the AWP, is able to take down another one. He should be able to save it at this point. Bomb going to detonate. There's still a chance for at least Zeus to be close enough for the battle. Smiths goes to the peak, but now he needs to just stay alive. Hits his leg. He's going to go down. Oh, that's crucial.
That is massive in terms of the economy there, like we saw. When you have one player on the AWP and you have 4 pistols, that's actually workable. You can actually make a round out of that. The fact he died and they lose that round means they have about 2k average across the board. It's another round you kind of favor towards Navi pretty heavily going into this one. They purchased some 5.7s, Desert Eagles, but that's about it. I'd assume they're going to try and do something a little bit more aggressive here. Try and get in, try and find that first frag towards anywhere. They can't just sit back and allow Navi to work the picks. As we say that, though, they're going to change their stance completely. Just go for more of a fast inside play towards the upper ramp. This is normally the safest play you can do on the anti-ecos. It's like an angle. It's very hard for the CTs to hold off, and you'll see this right now. RPK boosted up on the train. Not going to really do much to do that. They get a bird's eye view of the bomb side right now. That's what works so well about going on the upper ramp on these anti-eco rounds.
Tries to drop down, though, is caught in the end by Smith's Eagle. Additional shot from Guardian, not able to connect. Smith is therefore allowed to take down another one on Flamey, but Zeus is there to at least silence him in the end. They keep 3 players alive, so builds decent economy. It's only 2 more guns they have to buy into, but crucially they take the lead 6-5, and they still have 1 more round before they extend the max loss bonus. So the situation is that there may not be another buy coming out from Titan in the next round, considering they've fully invested into this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to go on that round again, that's one of the few anti-eco strats I actually like. Go straight off the bat when you commit straight away to upper ramp. It's so beneficial to get up there. As long as you don't get taken down in that first corner you go around, there's literally no way a CT stack can take you down. They can't really do much to counter it. You've got 4 AKs going out of the top. Bird's eye view of the site completely locks it down. And it's going to pit Titan now in a difficult situation. Navi taking the lead, 6 plays 5. And once again, Smiths on the AWP hasn't really done any huge work here, missing another shot. And it's going to be another difficult round for us to get smoked off towards Ivy. He's going to have to change his position, but Navi making their way back towards T-Spawn.
Look at this positioning from Titan. So often, if you play a player at quad, so in this case they've got Smiths in that position right now at hell, he could support Ivy and the front of the site, and you push the second player toward ladder. But Titan, they're giving up so much control on that A site every single time. On the pistol round we even saw it. Now fortunately they won that because they won the exchanges. They've just had the better aim in that case, but if they continue to do this, Navi's going to walk all over them. We know how good they are with execution.
This is the thing, RPK is alone towards the inside bomb site now. He has been good for 1 or 2 frags, but it's not been enough to win the rounds. You can see Smith rotating back in with the AWP just in time as well, as it looks like Navi are just about to show their hand.
They've still got 1 more additional smoke. That'll be thrown out lower, but Smiths is able to hit the shot. The force seized, is able to get that flashbang in place. So it's 1 down. Smiths, he'll follow it up. They need to get that smoke on the sidewalk. It's not in place, and RPK is able to walk out. Another easy kill. Good response from Guardian, but it might be too little, too late. He knows Smiths is on the train. Problem is, Zeus is nowhere in position to help him yet. He's still up toward the hallways. They've recovered the bomb, and this may be a desperate attempt to head back toward A. Is Guardian going to hold? Not surprising he's got the confidence to take that fight, but Scream finds it first. It's down to just Zeus. He's going to fall. They've got lots of money left, so not a huge deal. But Titan, they'll pick up their 6th round, and keeping 4 alive negates what I said about that money bonus.
Well, absolutely. This is the thing. So Navi, I don't think they were expecting the AWP to be towards the inside bomb site there. They didn't even smoke, just tried to do 1 flash there. Fed Smiths 2 easy frags, they went into the bomb site. It seemed like he cleared up, he finally arrives efficiently onto the scoreboard, and they're going to be going back into that double orb setup. Shox and Smith wielding those. Thing is for Navi as well, they're going to pit Titan in a dangerous situation. If they win this round, money's reset once more. It could be a double eco coming in for Titan, but Guardian, got to be on the orb himself. Let's see where he's heading towards. Going to be towards Pop Dog this time, changing his approach to the map. And it seems like Titan go for more of an aggressive stance here, actually playing in front of the bomb side, making sure they're nice and close range. But there we go, the orbs coming into fruition. Smiths and Shox picking up a frag each and opening up the round very nicely for Titan.
Yeah, it's 1 on either side as well. So it completely shuts down Navi's plans. Bomb still at the hallways at upper right now on the corner. Scream's going to have to take down Guardian. Success again. Now it's left to just 2, and they're both at the front of the A site right now, the main connector, and they're flashing out. That gives away at least 1 position. And they're all facing it right now. Scream's the closest. Shock's going to put himself in a better position to be able to help Scream out as he goes down to 7 HP, but Shocks gets Edward in turn, and it's just Flamey smoked off. They're not going to take any chances right now. He does find at least Shocks. Not going to get much more than that. 18 HP. Scream doesn't need to take this fight. He's going to sit back with the
Shocks
AWP.
didn't need to take that fight, to be honest. Like it's a 4-on-1, and now they're giving frags away. That's going to be difficult to handle in terms of the money going forward, but they win the round, bring it to 7-6. The double orb setup working very well there. Shocks, a player we mentioned before, normally known as one of the world-class riflers here, has been forced onto this AWP role. Actually seems to be fitting into it very nicely, actually, finding key frags. He did it yesterday in Cobble as well, so impressive stuff from him so far. Navi still have a decent bankroll here. You can see Zeus with 7k, or 6k I think it was. What's he going to be buying? Going to get the AK, dropping in Galil for Flamey there. So Guardian wants to get on the AWP, got taken down last round. Going towards inside this time. Will he be going for the fast pick, just looking forwards up a ramp and seeing if we can make anything work from this.
And there's that early smoke again. That's RPK in his default position. Smiths is in a much better position to help out on that B side, but he's also got the quick rotation at Z connector. Shocks has no one near him, so Titan's gone for that approach. They have pushed more up toward the E-box right now inside A site. Leaves Shocks to do battle alone. Seized is at Ivy. Question is, how does Titan try and get further into this if they want to try and establish a presence at ladder to go for the fast flank onto B? Which player is going to take that fight? Which player is going to be in position? You'd think it would be Existence, but he's still playing passive out beyond the doorway, in behind the box, actually.
Once again, Navi just trying to work these picks any way they can, using smoke to try and bait out utility. Smith's now actually changing his setup. He went to go for the close range orb, got a full back now, thought better of it. You can see them a little bit confused as to what may be coming towards them, playing very far back on the bomb sites now. Navi just waiting. You assume this probably means a smoke execution coming from him. Here come the smokes over the top. This is the execute we're looking for from Navi as they make their way towards the inside, oh, the outside bomb site, I should say.
Shocks was waiting for that shot the entire time, and as soon as he gets a slightly impatient, Seized came through and caught him off guard. That allows Edward to walk in. The first time we've seen Control Room come into play, but there's the problem. Existence, he is able to pick up Edward, but as soon as he's spotted, Seized is there, and you're sitting duck inside those windows, so it's up to Smiths. He has to pick up this next kill if they want any chance in the post plant. Seized walks through and finds the kill instead. And although RPK manages to get one, it's not enough. Navi will get their 7th round.
Navi doing an excellent job there, just waiting for so long, baiting out all the grenades from the CT side, forcing them to go back into that more passive setup. And when they knew they had the double orbs wielded as well, you know the team's going to be sat quite far back. So they waited for their time, pushed them back, got this wall of smokes down then. It's very difficult to retake bomb sites when those smokes go down and you have the AWPs that can't really work. And they find the first frags there, and we go into round number 15. Just going to be Shocked with a rifle here. He's got the AWP once more, but the rest of his team on pistol, so it's going to be all down to him. He's going to be pushing towards the inside ramp as well, trying to look for that first frag. Could work out for him. There are players waiting for him. Got to come down to this next kill, whether he's going to be effective or not. Guardian waiting for him though. Here we go. He takes him down, and that's a great first shot. And you can see the CT trying to react to it as well. Screen pushing into Pop Dog, taking down Edward, but Guardian's on fire right now. Finds his 2nd frag of the round.
Smiths has picked up this AWP on the corner though, and he almost caught the retreating Zeus, which would have brought it back to 3-on-3 and left 2 guns in the hands of Titan. It would have made this possible. Instead, Guardian, now he's inside the B side, but Smiths is still lurking. Smiths comes out and he takes him down. He's still got a chance to cut it off. Zeus has at least made it past that position. But Navi's got to make the decision. Do they commit to this fight where Smiths is tearing them apart, or do they go back toward the A site, which looks to be the case? As the man advantage, well, it's dissolved. It's now in the favor of the French, and Exist, he's waiting toward hell. He takes up one, takes down the other, and he's going to close the round himself. It's 8-7 for Titan at the end of the first half.
Getting those first 2 picks there, and all of a sudden, Smith's coming to life with a lurk on the upper ramp, finds 2 big AWP frags, funneling the T's out towards the outside bomb site. Existence coming up huge there with a 5-7, a must-win round for them, and making sure they win the half as well. That's going to help them a lot going into this next half. They're going to be on the T side now. A team that's been criticised for being very static on this T side, relying very heavily on the picks, don't seem to have the sort of executions they require to get into this. It's going to be interesting to see how they approach this map now. Obviously, we talk about Shocks being the in-game leader now. We haven't seen him on this map yet with this new restructure, I guess, of him calling. So it's going to be interesting to see what he brings to the table, what new ideas he can have to kind of dissect this Navi setup here. I expect a lot of aggression from Navi as well. They like to be in your face on the CT side, pushing towards Ivy, trying to get those first picks. So it'll be difficult for them. It's going to be an interesting half.
Yeah, Shocks actually finishes with 13, but the ADR's favor of Smiths and Scream. So says a couple things. Says Shocks was either cleaning up kills that his teammates helped out on, or the other people were getting, he was getting individual kills in rounds that they were winning, but the other people were getting kills or damage done in rounds that they weren't. So either way, Shocks leads the way for his team, but Seized, that's a pretty impressive step up for him as well. So it's the 2 in-game leaders on top right now.
Seized is one of my favourite players recently. Seems to, in the last couple of months, has been stepping up massively for them. He's one of the guys you can leave on a bomb site anchoring by himself and he'll seem to find 1 or 2 frags pretty much every single time as well. That's kind of interesting. You can see Guardian 5 frags for him. He seemed like he was doing a lot more important work. They found a couple of frags, but this has been a quiet half for him.
I think that almost has to do with the fact that Titan was playing so passive inside that site. They weren't really giving the face to him, and most of the action went toward Ivy, where Shox was playing, hence why he's got all those kills. But in turn, they also gave up a few kills to Zeus and Seized, who were setting up that crossfire. So I think it doesn't necessarily have to do with Guardian's performance individually. I just think it just the game didn't come to him.
Trying to counter him a little bit, perhaps. But this is it. When he goes onto the CT half, that's when he really can come to life. He'll be rotating between both bomb sides, going for aggressive picks here. So although it's been a quiet first half for him, I think them getting 7 rounds in their T half is more than enough for them to work with, absolutely. I think the pistol going to be very important. We saw Titan taking the first one. That put them in great position there. They won the pistol, won the half. Had they not won that, I think they could have been in a really damaging position.
And the pistol that they won was actually, they lost the first pick toward Ivy, which gave up so much map control. They went passive, and this was the problem throughout the whole half. They just happened to hit the shots. RPK picked up 2 really quick kills.
Yep.
Shox picked up 2 to close it out, and they were all headshots. So it just worked out that the accuracy bailed them in that situation, because that was a round that they should have lost, in my opinion.
Well, looks like we're getting ready to go into the second half. It's going to be Titan on the T side this time. 8 plays 7 in their favor. They win the pistol, puts them in a fantastic position going forward. Let's look at the buy they're going to bring to the table. It's going to be full armor buy coming in, so no utility purchased for Titan whatsoever. You would assume that normally means rushing somewhere quite fast, throwing some decoys over the top. Looks like an A split coming in as the bomb and 2 other players make his way towards Ivy. The aggression coming in from Navi. It's going to be a bloodbath there.
Edward, this is awkward. Why is he not dead yet? Scream's able to pick up a second one, but Flamey, oh, Flamey's so smart. Flamey's got one. He can't land the other. Now he does.
Oh!
But he doesn't even turn around. Flamey, what a play to compensate. And he single-handedly steals around from Titan.
That's the kind of play that's going to put Titan onto a full tilt now. They find the CT aggression coming in, get the first 2 frags, and Flamey, that trigger discipline to have 3 players in front of you. It's so hard not to shoot the first person. He waits, gets all 3, and secures the round. It's absolutely massive there for Navi, getting himself the pistol round. You can see Titan answering straight back with the force buy, but what an absolute huge play from them. You can see looking over the Titan side right now, they're wondering what in God's name just happened to them.
That's very, very smart from Flamey, knowing the situation that his 2 teammates in the same position went down. They wouldn't expect the third, so he just stays quiet. They're going to approach the same position right now, but this time Guardian has a rifle. Gets taken down by Scream, but Zeus is also there. However, Smith has come very quickly toward the front of the side. He's taken hell. This is actually a good position for Titan to have. They've got all the map control suddenly. It's low HP on 2, but they may still get a bomb plant out of this, and RPK's not even going to let Flamey get back into it.
Very fast A split coming in from them. They somehow find all the frags. CT's actually getting the first one there, but the Tech 9s and Desert Eagles proved too much for them. And I think this game, well, this second half is going to be a very back and forth affair. It's going to be interesting to see how Navi respond to that one. Haven't purchased anything just yet. They've got 1 Desert Eagle here. Looks like the force buy will be coming into full effect. Guardian not going to be going full in. Obviously, he's the AWP player. He needs to keep his money at a healthy balance here if they are going to have that AWP on the first gun round. But they definitely fancy their chances going into this one. Titan looking like they're going towards the inside bomb site. Going to commit just yet. Going to be going towards that upper ramp, as I mentioned before. Can be a very effective anti-eco strategy. Gives you a nice bird's eye view of the bomb site and works out. Even if there is a stack there, you have the advantage.
Well, they've rotated it over toward this B position. Flamey's playing so close, but watch this upper drop. They're going to go fast. Smith, he's in the open right now. He's going to get a headshot at easily from CC. He just left himself so open, but now the kills are going against them. This is just sitting ducks right now. What is Titan doing? They could have quickly dropped down with the SMGs and taken the fight up close with more cover. Instead, they just sit there to get picked apart.
Well, as I said, it's going to be a back and forth affair. Looks like a 3-on-2 situation. Scream on very low HP as well. The bomb's actually committed to the inside bomb side by himself. It's going to be Shox taking down Seized on the side. Needs to find his next frag. Bomb goes down. Just Scream remaining now. Zeus and Guardian to find him, and there it is. Navi replies straight away with the force buy themselves, and it's going to be Titan now with the decision. Do they force buy into this? Knowing these guys, I would say they definitely will. They're so stubborn when it comes to this kind of economical game. So what's their reply going to be here? Round number 19. It's getting hot, Matt.
Well, this is where we need to slow things down because it's a battle of mistakes right now.
Yeah, they get the force buy does come in, so yeah. That anti-eco, that should be working for you. I think they've got a little bit too committed to staying on the upper platform, like you said. They should be getting down there once they worked out the CT stack was in there. Try to start flushing them out, get a close range, but going to be coming in with 2 AK-47, 3 pistol players. They have got some utility as well, so a big round for them. You can see them committing towards the inside bomb side though. 4 players, just going to be existence, trying to get some sort of attention towards Ivy. And that actually is working as well, you know, because Flame is the only player towards the inside side for Navi so far.
Yeah, this is still Titan being a little bit, I guess, stubborn almost in the fact that they just want to push with force. They're not going to try and flush out anything this time because they've got 5 players. Fortunately, they do use a little bit more utility, but Flamey's able to dodge all of that just in a good position, and there's no smoke left on the inner part of the site. Is it going to be a fake, though?
Yeah, it's a fake.
It is a decent fake. The problem is it's such a fast rotation point. So Zeus, if he's able to at least pick up 1 kill in this position, he's going to do a lot of work for his team. Now they just come around, and there it is. Exactly that. Zeus gets 1, the rest are in position. It's trade kills favoring so far Na'Vi, although Titan. Shox is able to kill off 1 more inside Z, and this will at least allow a bomb plant to give them more money, but the force buy is still going to leave them in a position where they won't be able to buy. Good play from Shox, exists against Flamey, and once again the round turns backwards. Guardian's left with the Deagle. He can't go to the AWP in close quarters. He's going to take the first fight. They're going to try and double peek, but they can't overcommit, so Shox has to watch his teammate perish, and now it's into the one-on-one. Back and forth, and Guardian's going to get it again.
The 2-on-1 situation, somehow with the Desert Eagle, he makes it work. It looked like it was unwinnable for him at that point. The fact they're baiting him is unbelievable to me. Like, you know he's got an AWP, just got the Deagle to work with. You've got the bomb down as well. Make him work for it. Make him get on the defuse. He didn't even have a kit. That's a really big mistake from Titan there to even give him a chance there to get it in.
Well, Twitter agrees with exactly what we've seen to start off this second half. Titan and Na'Vi 50-50 on who's going to win this map. You'd have to think Na'Vi being handed that force buy, and now the economic situation may just be able to push out a bit of a cushion, but they themselves are not in a perfect situation either. Look at Seized. Okay, no, there was a gun dropped.
Titan once again going for the force buy, keeping a couple of players on around, what, $1,500, but this is a real problem for them. They need to win this round. Obviously, this game's going to slip away from them. Committing towards the inside bomb site once more. The CT's going to be waiting for them. Seized and Flamey. Flamey's at the upper ramp as well. He's going a little bit more aggressive. You presume he's going to get flashed in now and go for the face, and he will get the information that all 5 players for Titan are waiting for him up there.
And he actually does blind up more than
that's the info
he kills. Yeah, he gets tons of information. Again, that's the big thing, but he almost could have been able to take down a second player if not for that smoke.
That's enough, though. Finding 1 player and falling back and surviving and spotting them all like that, that's so valuable. I'd rather do that than get 2 and die.
I mean, look what it's done. Edward's now in a great position, whereas he was more forward in A. He's ready to rotate fast. We haven't seen anyone go for the flank play at ladder, but it may not matter this time. Flamey's going to shut them all down on the site. They're desperate to hold this bomb plant, so that's an important kill from Exist to allow it. But they're still in such low situations. Scream, he's managed to pull this back into at least a 1-on-3, but surely he's going to go down, and Guardian will not let this get any more out of control than it already is. It's now going to be a 2-round lead, and again, money starting to favor Titan.
Well, this is the thing.
Or rather, excuse me, Na'Vi.
Yeah, but the fact that Titan's got the bomb down, it means you get an extra $800 per player, and it saves them a little bit. So you will be able to get it by this round. It won't be fantastic. You can see Smiths and a couple of the other guys on about, what, $3,500. So they can get an AK buy in. It's just not going to be the most fruitful buy going forward. A big round for them, as Na'Vi now take 3 in a row. A couple of hairy situations going in their favor. Smith's going to be on the Tech 9 now. Not going to actually have a rifle going to this one. You'd assume he actually wants to have the full utility play going into this. So maybe more of a tactical execution coming in for the French side. Actually not going to be buying anything. He's actually just going to do Tech 9 armor and a flashbang. He had money to get the rest of the grenades, but maybe they're just going for more of a simple play perhaps.
Yeah, he's still got 1,600 left over.
That's a really weird decision from him. You'd assume he wants smoke grenades, Molotovs, but maybe just going for a simple inside play here. Guardian go for that upper pick. RPK takes him down. That's fantastic for them. You'd assume they're going to go straight towards the inside side now.
And the problem is that Flamey's already lost most of his HP on the initial exchange. So Titan, they've got control of the B site yet again. Bomb still not confident enough to drop down from the tunnels, mind you, and it's a fast rotation. So Navi's pulled this back on the simple fact that Bomb was not in play. Good news is they've got Shox evaluating the outer site, and he's taken over most of it. He still has to contend with the fact that Edward's showing up. He needs to take that.
Oh, no.
That's a huge disaster. He saw the gun barrel stick out. He wasn't on a wide enough angle. It takes down the player with the bomb. He now has to recover that, which allows Na'Vi to get in a better position to shut this play down. He's going to try and hold this plant, but Seized is getting closer and closer, and Shox knows it, so he wants to fight with at least one. Going to spot him up in the corner, but Seized is there, coming from his backside.
Yeah, a little bit of a nightmare situation for Titan there. You saw Shox getting in such good information, getting towards the bomb site, giving the all clear to his teammate, but not holding a wide enough angle to actually protect him as he comes from popped up with the bomb as well. Picks up the AWP, but just gets flanked and pincered on the bomb site, unable to make that work for him. And now the money game gets even more tricky for Titan. This is a huge problem for them yesterday. They're going to be on to not a force buy here. This is more the quasi buy we keep mentioning. This basically means the loss bonus going in your favor. When you get to this sort of stage in the game, you have $2,900 coming into your bank account, and you can justify some armor, some upgraded pistols, maybe a few grenades, and still have enough to buy up next round. So that's what they're trying to do this time. Looks like they're going for the fast inside play. Smith actually gets down undetected. This could be a real trouble for Na'Vi. They haven't actually spotted this at all.
Flamey does at least have an idea that there's someone approaching. Great kill from Smiths. Because now that they've got so far forward in that B site, they won't be able to do anything, Na'Vi. There will be no fast rotation this time. It's already cut off. Edward, he's got one on either side. It's RPK doing the initial damage.
You have to save here,
yeah.
That's a really that's a massive blunder for them, right? They actually left Flamey inside by himself, didn't even presume that the inside rush could even be a thing there. He lets them all into the bomb site, and they've pushed all the way down to connector before they've even had a chance to get info there. And they get the first kill, get the bomb down, and it's an unwinnable situation for Navi. I think this is a wise decision from them. Save the weapons, accept it was a mistake, and then just move on to the next round.
And the other thing is, don't give away any other weapons, because they still know the Titan situation is grim, but there it is. Smith, he's going to pick up 2. They've already got at least 1 M4 recovered in this round. It's a good thing Guardian's AWP denied them of walking up that alleyway, because they would have had even more guns to pick up, which just cushions their bank account greater.
Navi with an interesting setup there. They're obviously committed towards the outside bomb side. 4 players there, leaving Flamey alone. He wasn't even on the upper ramp. He couldn't really spot anything at all, the position he was in. He's like on top of a train towards the back of the bomb side. Didn't spot a single thing before they even got to connector. So they will be deciding to, once again, run this single AWP setup with the pistols. Guardian going for this shotgun style AWP setup on the lower ramp. Can be very effective, but it's not going to amount to much here, as the French side have made their way onto the outside bomb side. Very fast round from them.
Who's limited by the smoke, does take the peek, but RPK's there with the AK-47. Easy shot for him to take. Bomb goes down, and surely this is Titans for the winning. Guardian knows the situation. He had to save in the last, so he'll save again in this one. They need to build back up the money, because that was their saving grace. That was what gave them that cushion. And if they throw that away, we've seen that it's pretty dead even in terms of execution and overall fair play on individual skills. So this is smart from Navi.
Yeah, absolutely. Like saving the AWP. Like they can't win this round whatsoever anymore. So you can see them.
This is smart as well, because they've got 1 on either exit point. So if C's picks up a kill here, it's more damage done. No matter which way they go, they're going to confront at least 1 Navi player. C's gets taken down, so it doesn't work out, but still a decent effort.
Guardian now just trying to hide for his life towards CD spawn. Will survive with the AWP as well. So I think Navi can justify a buy-up going into this one. Guardian can drop a gun if required. They probably will have to for Flamey. As Titan fight back now. 12 plays 11 in favor of Navi. But Titan looking a lot stronger, much more loose than we normally see them play out. Like I said before, they're quite a static T-sided team on this map, but it seems like they're actually just trying to utilize the star potential they have. Shocks, Scream, for example, trying to get them in positions where they can actually make some frags, getting out into bomb side instead of sitting back and just getting locked out of the game with smokes. They're just forcing the issue, and it seems to be working out very well for them. As we go into round number 24 now, Guardian's going to be towards Ivy, should find that frag, but it somehow misses. A rare miss from him, and another as well. Scream capitalizes, takes him down, brings it to 5 on 4.
That was almost a lineup too. How much of a gift could he have been given? Either way, Titan's going to capitalize. Shock's now taking Zeus. They've got control of Ivy, and in toward the site they'll walk. Edward needs to be careful. Smiths gets him from ladder, but he could have easily been taken down from the wrapping player toward the bomb site. Bomb's going to be planted again. Navi, they've got to concede another round. It'll be 3 in a row to bring it back dead even on 12s.
That's disappointing miss from Guardian then. Like that first shot, that's Guardian territory all over. That's an easy shot for him considering. Missed the second one as well, and it seems like Titan has gone for this real hard and loose sort of style. Is getting in fast as they can, splitting bomb sites, is trying to get positions where they can actually get some frags in instead of waiting back and smoked out. They just seem to be going full YOLO here, and it's working out pretty nicely for them. I'm actually impressed at this kind of resurrection of their T side. It seems like the Shock's calling. This is where it comes into fruition. It's where it works out for them. Before, when Existence was in charge, they would sit back for like a minute, try and do a full execution, and it'd be too late, wouldn't get a bomb down. This time it's getting in and actually making their big players work for them. And there we go. Scream, 2 frags. Smiths and Shocks picking up 1 as well. Flamey does survive with the Famis. But it's bad news for Navi going forward. They're going to have a difficult situation here. Guardian still has 7k. Could force buy this if they want to. Looks like they will be going for a Guardian buying up. The rest of the guys got to be joining him as well with pistols, upgraded armor as well. Edward trying to not invest too much in this round. He's going to keep it at about 2200. So it's all going to come down to Guardian once more. Going towards that lower ramp.
The interesting thing about this is Titan, we've called them out in various games, even over the last 2 weeks, where they've been force buying so much that they're giving up rounds. You think about the game against NIP, where they clearly could have closed that out like 16-4, and they gave it up. Watch Lucy, he's going to get pushed. But this time it's actually worked. They've managed to break the bank. They've managed to hold on long enough, and now Titan look to maybe potentially even take the lead, as Guardian has the AWP and another decision to make. And it's a fairly clear and obvious decision as well. He's going to stay passive and see if he can at least take them down on the approach, but it's a matter of holding on to that big green AWP, which of course with skins is not green, but you know what I mean.
They know what you mean. Well, Guardian now, given his position away, they know they've got the orb, and the money that Titan have right now, they can probably justify going on the hunt looking for him. Getting the bomb down towards the outside site. Once again, they're kind of playing with that kind of envious mentality right now. There's going 4 people in one position, a lurker towards main, and is trying to get in as quickly as possible and work as a little fragging unit there. Even if one person gets taken down, you've got your teammates there straight away to get the frag back. And it's working perfectly. Maybe this is what they needed to keep that just loose play style going forward and allow these big players to post the numbers here. So it's going to be a Guardian remaining towards above Pop Dog, and Smith's on the hunt there. You can see him lurking towards that area. They know where he is, flashing him off.
Yeah, they know they need this gun. He manages to hit one. That should be long enough for him to escape. He runs down ladder. Fortunately, the other 2 players were coming from B, so he will save it yet another round, but eventually it's going to have to have an effect. It's going to have to take kills early rather than late to save his life, and they will be able to buy out around it this time, but only just again. I mean, the utilities, look at the way they sit right now. It's Edward with a bunch. Zeus is able to grab a few, but no one else really can.
Well, that's 4 rounds in a row for Titan as well, all with the bomb going down and blowing up. So Navi needs to work out what the hell is going on right now. They've had some blunders with their setups. Guardian changing his position now. Looks like another inside rush potentially coming from the French side. Just going to be going straight in. They don't seem to care about tactics right now. Just trying to get into bomb sites and forcing the issue.
That's a little bit late, but it'll still do damage. It does still mean that they get into the site. They know where he is. It's a spammable position. So CEVO comes over to help out either way. Kills stack up for Navi. Shock's able to get one to at least allow a plant, but look at existence. This is so smart. That flash blinds them up. He's able to push forward and take cover again behind the train. He has to be chased by Edward. It's Zeus instead who gets the kill, but it's still a good position for Titan to be in. And Smiths, he has the ideal post-plant position. Unfortunately, he's got no one else to help him use it.
He's got the Molotov as well, so he can Molotov onto the bomb. That's going to delay the CTs.
And there's no kits either, so it delays them a significant amount, and he's changed his angle. Smiths may be able to pull this off with time, working as his teammate. He manages to take down one more.
Enough, you know.
It might just be enough. It is. That's a brilliant play from Smiths.
That's huge. When he had the Molotov there and there was no kits available whatsoever, you just knew he was going to win that round all over. That smoke, that Molotov has bounced off the door, lands perfectly on the bomb, and forces them out. It's a 3-on-1 situation when he only had to find one kill there. Massive stuff from him. Titan keeping it loose once again, just rushing towards the inside bomb site, getting that bomb down, and without the kits there, Navi just looking down the barrel of map point here. They still saved guns, so they have some. They've got the double op set up. Seas and Guardian still going to be wielding that, but it's a disappointing round for them after getting the frags onto the bomb site.
Impressive play. The Molotov buys about 7 seconds, 10 without the kit, and that single kill on the player who would have been there in time. That's all it took, but now Seized, he's in position. They still have guns up right now for Navi. Max lost round bonus is fully in effect.
That's 5 bombs in a row that's gone off now.
That's how desperate Guardian's been to hold on to that AWP. This time they saved up 2 as well, so Seized, he's also going to use one, but RPK, he's already in from ladder. Guardian's gone. That's the first AWP down. And now Zeus from a distance, he's going to fall to Scream. Titan are looking absolutely brilliant right now. Edward at least gets Smiths. But still, they've got so much positional control. Good play from Edward. That one's going to buy them a little bit more space. And do they even commit with this bomb? They think they still have cover. They've got the ladder, so there's no flank position. But now they've dropped it. Edward with a single kill might change the round. Shox fights back, and it's down to the one-on-one. Seized versus Shox. AWP versus AK. Bomb on the train. Shox spots him up initially, but doesn't want to re-peek this. And both teams, they know how big this round is. If Titan pick this up, it should be all but done. If Na'Vi break it, then they give themselves a chance. And interestingly, Seized is going to outthink himself potentially here. He's going to go back towards CT. Shox hasn't read this. There was a chance for him to go for the bomb. Now he smokes it, but he's going to be in the open, or is he? Seized has already crossed over. But it's still extremely tense. This is a battle of minds right now, and they've got 26 seconds left to work with, so this is going to continue. And Shox, he may have read this perfectly. He's going to head toward B, and how quickly can Seized respond?
That's the thing. He has in the furthest possible position away he could be right now. Bomb does go down. Now Shox has all the time in the world to outbrain him. He's actually be pushing down a little bit more aggressive than you would expect in a clutch situation. This could catch Seized out here. You could see he's got the AWP, but be looking towards the backtracks potentially.
This is very clever from Shox. This is very clever from Shox indeed. It's going to be 15 rounds Titan. And the first map, they've got full control of it. 1 round to go.
Shox with just so much time to play with there. Seized didn't really have a chance at that point. When he didn't spot him towards outside, he didn't have any intel as to what was going on. Took the gamble towards outside. Shox, as soon as he got that bomb down, he knew that round was over. It was such a nice play from him. And it puts Titan to map point now. Navi need 3 in a row to stay alive on this one. And Titan coming in with the AK buy once again. Smiths with the AWP, and the problem is for Navi, they don't have Guardian, and it looks like another fast play going towards the outside bomb side. They just seem to just want to get out there and force the issue as quickly as possible.
And this is what's been working for them. Fortunately, this time they don't pick up the first kill. It does go Zeus's way, but look at RPK. He silently climbs the ladder, catches them off, and Scream's there to take down his biggest threat. But Zeus, he's now got 3 in the round, and he couldn't ask for 3 bigger kills. They need to hold on desperately to this, as it is a 2-on-2 situation. Guardian can't range supreme. It's Scream to get the kill. Flamey's got it into a 1-on-1, but not only that, look at the bomb. Directly in front of him.
So much time to play once again. Shox off the back of one huge 1-on-1 victory. Can he do it again? They really don't want to lose this one. They don't want to try and stretch it out for any more time. So just going to be trying to feel out the map a little bit. Flamey towards the pop dog area. Those are the bombers as well. Just going to keep checking that every 5 seconds or so to see whether it's been picked up.
Money's still good on Titan, so it's not like they need to force the issue on this 15th point. Shox can make his decision and play this in a low-pressure situation. Rather the opposite for Flamey. If he goes down, it's over. And we move on to map 2. Like you said, he was checking it initially every 5 seconds, but now he's going to get even more passive because he assumes that Shox has been checking everywhere else, and this is the only place left to go. And now they'll peek, now they'll face. Flamey's not able to connect on the initial shots. He's on 14 HP, and Shox has him limited. Not only that, he's thrown out the smoke, so he's definitely completely narrowed off. 18 seconds. Shox stays to fight it in case Flamey pushes through, but now has to commit to the bomb plant. And there's no time for the fake. Flamey's going to push out, but again, Shox still has the upper hand slightly in terms of HP, but ultimately it's one bullet. Whoever connects first, both on the same weapon. And as the bomb does get planted, Flamey's got a kit, but still needs to evaluate where Shox is. They're going to find each other yet again, but still no connection. Flamey tries to smoke it off. He's going to force the issue, and he will pick up the kill. We're going at least one more round.
What an one-on-one game that was, a battle of the minds, and Flamey somehow coming up on top, odds against him completely. Once he got down to 14 HP, he was smoked out of position as well. He forced Shox had that one completely tied up, and it's such a massive round for them to win as well. Look at the money towards Titan. They're going to be in a difficult situation going forward. They can get a buyout just about, but Flamey delivering there massively.
Yeah, 2 straight rounds. Shox was in a long battle of wits in a one-on-one situation.
So much time.
If he had picked up both those to close the game, what a story that would have been for Shox, but Flamey coming out on top. We go to 15-13. Money this time starts to matter for Titan, because if Na'Vi pick this up, then they will be on an eco, and it'll force potentially overtime just like that. But we have seen a good number of quasi-buys and ecos turn out all right in this game. Zeus going to open this one again. Na'Vi with the first kill. That's how it started last time, and in a similar fashion, Titan get the next 2. They need to follow this up, but Titan's got Guardian. And now surely it's enough, because the positions for the counter-terrorist sides right now are so far away. No pop flash in. Smith's able to quick the quick shot. And Flamey, the last alive, has at least one, but can't hit Shox. He will close it, and it's 16-13 in the end for the French.
So impressed by this Titan setup today. It seems after yesterday, such a poor showing for them, and it seems like they've been revitalized, kind of had the discussion of what kind of playstyle they're going with, more of an envious loose playstyle, staying together, getting the frags, and allowing their best players to shine, and that's exactly what they did. It was really, really impressive for them. Some big players actually doing the clutches, the force buys working out for them for once as well, so it's good to see them bouncing back, at least taking down Na'Vi in the first map. The thing is, it's not over yet. They still have a campaign to go on Dust 2, going to be a much more difficult prospect, I feel.
Yeah, and what did the night bring, Shox? Because they're not done just yet, but interestingly enough, the runner-up from Cluj, the last major, last weekend, have now lost 3 straight maps to teams that went out in the groups.
That's absolutely true. It's really weird scenes here going on for Na'Vi. What is going on? They seem to haven't really adjusted to this land setup yet. It was Guardian had the very quiet first half there. One of the MVPs of the entire tournament inclusion. Now he seems to have got here. Hasn't really shown the same sort of level.
You can look at this either way, I suppose. I'm not going to code it in either direction. I'll leave that for interpretation. But Na'Vi didn't leave Cluj. They actually stayed there an extra day, flew straight from Cluj to here, have been here an extra day, therefore. Take from that what you will, but they were the only team not to return home after the major.
The headline here is, it seems like Titan have kind of thrown away the rulebook of CS. They're not sticking to that existence play style of doing the heavy strategies, trying to work them out, work the picks. They're just saying, okay, we're going to go here. 4 of us will go here. You go over, hold this position, normally existence, and then they're just getting out of positions, and they know Na'Vi are playing so passively, they're actually not getting challenged at all. They're getting out into the bomb sites before anything's actually exchanged. Bomb goes down, it comes down to a clutch, and their big players are stepping up and actually winning these clutch situations.
And it was, again, you're right, the passive play from Na'Vi. We saw that from Titan. It was different approaches, though. Titan was able to take over the site from the ladder and the main connector, whereas it was the opposite. It was Ivy that was the issue when they were on the defense. So slightly different approach, but similar setups. Again, you said it. I think that this is just Shox calling. It's just a much faster style.
It seems like yesterday everyone was saying it was a bad setup, but now he's kind of come to life. He's worked out what he needs to do. And I think we're going to send it down to the analyst desk now just before we get ready for map number 2, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back very soon.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Again, unexpected. Na'Vi's choice for train, but they lose at 16-13.
Well, look, instead of the bad boys from Bucharest, they should be called the Knee-Jerk Brothers. It's one map. It's one map.
I wonder what was coming out of your mouth there.
Okay,
go with this. Keep going, Richard.
Yeah. Well, we've all got our own nicknames for certain talent. But look, here's the thing. I don't think this is necessarily like an amazing performance from Titan. Henry described it there as them ripping up the rule book or whatever. Look, they haven't ripped up the rule book. That is the problems with Na'Vi. This is a map they should be winning with their eyes closed against anyone. Titan have done some good things, yeah. I'm willing to give them credit. People stepped up their individual levels of performance. Not existence, of course. But everyone else did, and they were actually dropping some good numbers. The execute seemed slick, but they were not rotating fast enough, Na'Vi. They were getting caught out. There was some horrendous, like, clutch moments in the 2v2s and the 3v3s, which all seemed to be going Titan's way. I mean, you even saw it there from Flamey at the end. So it's a 1v1 with Shox. Shox has low health. You've got the bomb down. You're in a superior position. Just chill. just chill, play the sound, wait, bide your time. He's peeking, he's panicking, he's all over the place, and Flamey was their top fragger. So
here's your
Navi,
box
you got
scores.
problems.
And again, you see Guardian at the very bottom. Again, we look at stats, but it's obviously very situational. It's very map-based. What side you start
He was
on,
playing
etc.
okay. His problem was when he was on CT, you saw oftentimes he was just left 1v3, 1v4. There's nothing he can do in that scenario. He has to try and save the orb. It's worth so much money. The big problem here was the first half looked fine. If you're a team who's good on train, if you can get the kind of rounds that Na'Vi got, you go, right, we've got it in the bag. Good teams close out the CT half. They get the big win there. But you saw Na'Vi's setup on CT was appalling. They were just giving up rounds left, right, and center. Nothing particularly special from Titan. They didn't have any special execute or trick flash that was getting them in. They would just hit the same spots again and again, win all the aim duels, force Na'Vi back in a very passive position, which is not you're used to. Usually when you see Na'Vi on CT side, they have aggression. They will push through a smoke. They will push in on a guy and hold that space, not give it up, you know. This game, they weren't willing to. And so I feel like, Titan were a lot better than they were yesterday. That Titan team yesterday could have lost any map to almost anyone, you felt. Here they've won Navi's pick, not even a strong pick for them. So good on Titan. Smiths, who we criticised, had a good game here.
Yeah.
Much improved.
Well, I
but
mean,
Na'Vi looked terrible.
when it was tied up, and this is where it all goes wrong. So it should have been tied up at 13-13. It wasn't, and Smith's like basically won a 1v3 effectively with the bomb down and ticking, and Na'Vi, they knew exactly where he was. That's what I'm talking about. This is malfunctioning Na'Vi. This isn't just Titan doing anything. That could have been 13-13. Their economy would have been broken for Titan. Maybe Na'Vi go on and win this round. You shouldn't be losing that. Like we've talked about Smith's problem. Yeah, he's played that round perfectly. But again, you've got to make mistakes to enable the terrorists to win that round. And that's exactly what Na'Vi did. So there was numerous flashpoints where Na'Vi threw away rounds and gave them to Titan. So that's why I'm not convinced by this Titan renaissance.
There is such a big trend. Go back and look at past games. The reason why I don't class Seized as a star player is because, unfortunately, most star players add the star player performance to the vehicle of the team, and you have a team that wins games. The problem is, when Seized has to pick up the slack, usually for Flamey, this time for Guardian, and he has a big game, they lose a lot of those games, actually. He can drop 25, he can drop 30, and they can lose the game, unfortunately. So you can see that's actually a symptom of when something's going wrong in the team, that he's having to take over, he's having to get the kills, and it's not one of his stars who's doing it, because it's not what the team's set up for, unfortunately. So you can see in Na'Vi, there's something off a little bit. I mean, very well pointed out and observed by Sadokist there. They've lost 3 maps in a row to teams who weren't even getting out of the group at the major, and they're a team who went to the final of the major. So you want to build on that and go, right, if they can beat these teams here, what if they were to play against a Virtus Pro, who they might play later in the tournament, if they can get there at this point in time. Now they're 1 map away from elimination, 0-4.
Well, and you make a very valid point. You know, T-sided, great, 7 rounds on technically still a CT-sided map. They start strong. We've got a BenQ play of the match here. It's going to be that flaming 3-kill on the pistol round.
Yep.
And again, so they even start the second side rolling and doing exactly what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But it seems like just like with Envious at the major, they just couldn't close this map out.
Oh.
And here it comes.
Well, this is exactly right. I mean, you know, we talked about this. So they're obviously, you know, it's 8-7. You're like, yeah, this is exactly what you need to do here. And, you know, just...
He waits, so
he bides his
patient.
time. This was like probably like the best part where he looked really composed. And, you know, so now you've got the pistol. This is it. This is the platform you need. Like Na'Vi, traditionally, they're going to shut you out on CT. They play aggressive. They close off parts of the map. They keep you guessing, keep you on your toes. You can never get into a rhythm as terrorists. They didn't do any of that, but they started the half with the pistol. That's exactly what they needed.
Yeah.
So it was, again, a lot of question marks about what's going on with Na'Vi at the moment.
And again, something about the French and pistols, because again, they then turn around and force and win the next round.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
Turn
that's the
tide right
thing.
back.
You've noticed, we've pointed this out when they were playing badly at the major. For some reason, Titan have brought over with Shocks and Smiths from Envious that mentality you just force by all the time.
Yeah.
Now, they can't make it work as often. In fact, sometimes it really does mess up their whole game flow, but they got it this time, and obviously that messed with Na'Vi because Na'Vi's on the CT side. They're trying to build their own economy. They've lost pistol round, so yeah, we're going to see that in this match. That's certainly a new element to Titan that we didn't have so much before. Now you have to be worried about Na'Vi because, like I said, Train was supposed to be the surefire win for Na'Vi. Dust 2, Na'Vi can still win, certainly, but that probably needs a great Guardian performance. He hasn't necessarily had opportunity to go off yet. Meanwhile, Dust 2 is supposed to be one of the best maps for Titan, so maybe Titan can 2-0, which is the one possibility I hadn't considered because I didn't think they would be able to get Train, but much improved.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing right now. So obviously Titan, they're coming into this with this big psychological lift. Navi haven't even won a map here in the States right now. So they're really up against it, got their backs to the wall. You know, Duncan was talking about how, like, Edwards unflappable. You can see he sat down right there and he's just looking, deathmatching, getting warmed up. He understands the task in hand, and it is a big one, because if we're looking statistically, Titan obviously have a very good record on this map. But I still think there's that capacity to capitulate from them if Na'Vi can get off to a good start. If Guardian goes ham here, I mean, Na'Vi is still capable of posting a cricket score against Titan, even though we've seen nothing of that here at these CEVO finals.
Yeah, I definitely don't think, because of how training went, you go, right, well, take both teams there, the form they had there, the way they were playing there, and just put them in a new map environment, it'll be the same way. That doesn't tend to happen. Like, it certainly could be the case. They reset, they come back, Guardians going ham, they win CT side so heavily, they just take this map outright. That can certainly happen. We can go into a third map here. That's why for Titan, you can't take it for granted, like, right, now we'll close the series out 2-0. It's going to be hard work. But they did show us good things on that first map, especially Smith's coming alive. If Smiths can play well in this map, they can 2-0.
Well, this was the point, wasn't it? We highlighted the importance of your AWPer going off on Dust 2, and obviously Smiths, we've said, has been one of those weaker players. Smiths, though, he picked up his slack on Train, so now he's got to go head-to-head with Guardian on a map that's traditionally been Guardian's playground. You know, is he going to be able to have the same level of impact? Remains to be seen. I'm still be backing Guardian to come out on top. Whether that's enough for Na'Vi to win, though, you know, more questions.
Yeah, and again, we always talk about we like best of threes. Oftentimes, this kind of group format is a couple best of ones, and then maybe the decider's best of three. But again, almost anywhere else, Navi's out.
Well, yeah.
This loss sends them out.
But that's also what's not dissatisfying about that sort of a setup is then you wonder, you know, how much was it that the other guy was better on that map? How much was it that they failed? Over a best of three, you get a better sense of that. Also, you get to see the mind games of where they go in terms of my pick, your pick. Anytime you can win the opponent's pick, you make a great statement towards it. That doesn't tend to happen in the best of one format, because you're just taking maps out and then random selections taking you one for you. So that's what I like about best of three. It sets up a lot of storylines. It like gives you chapters to the story where it's back and forth, and then it answers a lot of questions at the end. You don't tend to get those answers from best of one, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you always want to kind of remove that, oh, it's just best of one, they got lucky. Like, again, the more maps they play, the better team is going to come out of it.
I mean, look, there's never any argument to a best of three. First of all, it starts right at the veto. You've got to veto intelligently, try and get the landscape into your favor. You've got to do your research, do your homework about your opponents, and also have a very good understanding of your own strengths tactically. So once you've done that, and then you get into the game and you actually execute the results, again, you can't argue about it. But best of ones, obviously anything can happen.
There was an actual pro player who said to me, because some players don't like best of three group stages, some don't like best of five finals, just because they don't like it to take so long.
Yeah.
They want to play a few matches. They hope they just win, and therefore they're not on the losing side of the format. And what he said to me really was, the reason why you should just have best of one is because every series ends up as best of one anyway. What happens is you win your map, they win their map, and then you go to the third map. Well, have you watched this tournament, mate? It's 2-0s all over the place.
Yep.
That's what's great about the format. They're picking a map, and you win it off them still. You get to show I'm actually superior than you. I've gone from my end of the map pool to your end, and it's all my maps.
I was there when you had that conversation on the train. Yeah, real surprising outlook. I mean, because as you can see, people can do a number on each other's maps. We've just seen, I mean, this is actually, in terms of upsets of the tournament, I mean, this tournament and an upset in general, definitely one of the bigger ones, because there's nothing in Titan's locker that says they should be beating Na'Vi on train. So again,
and general form even says they shouldn't be able to beat Na'Vi.
So Na'Vi fans might want to look away from their screens, because this could get X-rated. If Na'Vi go out in the lower bracket, having not won a single map here in Columbus, Ohio, they need to get right back to the drawing board, I think.
Okay, well, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to finish up your thoughts on possibly the last map, and then obviously talk a little bit maybe about the third map if it goes that far. We'll be right back, folks. Make sure you vote, tweet us, all that good stuff. Get something to drink, get something to eat. We'll be right back.